Hello everyone, it's Natalie Matthews and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're having a great day. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 10 books that I think you must read. But before we get into it, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit that post notification bell so that you never miss a new video. So let's get started. I have some of these books in physical copy and some of these books are digital, and obviously I will not be holding up the iPad and saying, here's the book. I'm going to grab my first book, Girl, Stop Apologizing by Hollis. This book completely changed my mindset. It's so motivating and just such a great story. I read it like 5 times, but every time I get something new out of it, and it helped me to become more passionate about what I'm going to do and stop apologizing for following my dreams and for simply existing. For our second book, it is actually going to be a trio series that you most likely have heard of. This is not the most popular of the books that I'm going to recommend, but it is up there. So this is To All the Boys I Loved Before Trio. This is so good, so entertaining, such a good love story that's just kind of like a mindless escape. It became a Netflix film, and this, I believe, is a New York Times bestseller. Yeah, it is a New York Times bestseller. I totally recommend reading this if you like a good romance novel, and second of all, if you like some real life stuff and that feels like you could go through it. And then third of all, if you need an escape and you like to escape through reading rather than read self-help books or books about issues that are educational, things like that. Next we have Tell Me 3 Things, another romance novel. It's a great escape. I read this on winter break and it had me staying up until midnight. I finished the book in 2 days. I could not put it down. Like, I literally had to have my dad hide the book from me so that I could get other things done besides reading this book. Next up in my book stack is The Magnolia Story. I love Joanna Gaines. I loved watching Fixer Upper. You know, Chip also has commentary in it, and Chip is so funny and great humor, and it's just great hearing both of their sides of the story and just how they came to success. This was really a fun read for me because I live in Joanna's parents' old house. And you may be like, oh, that's cool. You know, okay, chill. A lot of my neighbors actually knew Joanna personally, and then also I related to some of the stories just knowing them, not even in person, but just from moving into their home. It was just something very nice for me to relate to, even if you're not in the same situation as I am, because that's kind of a unique thing. I still think it's a really good read, and I've recommended it to people before and they loved it. Next book is The Secret Life of Bees. Now, I read this a while ago, so I don't fully remember everything, but it's one of those books that it was just so good when I read it that I know that I could recommend it. My mom personally recommended it to me. They turned it into a movie, and it's just a solid story that you can escape through while still no romance. It's not like a deep dive into the story, but it's just such a good read and a good story. The last book that I have a physical copy of is my Summer of Love and Misfortune. This plot line got me so good. I don't want to spoil too much because I'm gonna spoil the entire plot line if I'm not careful, but it surprised me. It's so good. It's so good. Just read it, trust me. On to books that I can't sit here and hold. Number 7 of my book recommendations of just my favorite books that you need to read in 2021 is Atomic Habits. Every person who is into self-help has read this, but that's for a reason. It's a great motivator. It's a great mindset changer. It's not like a good read. I don't know how to explain it, but Atomic Habits is it's a book I think you should read whether or not you're into self-help or not. Just read it. You can form your own opinions. I think everyone should read it. And just trust me on that one. Next is Talking as Fast as I Can by Lauren Graham. So if you don't know who Lauren Graham is, she's the star of the show Gilmore Girls, which I love so much. I've watched 16 times. I leave it on playing on the background. Now, by 16 times, I mean this is over a course of, let's see here, I've been watching it 6 years. So I mean, that is still a lot, but I leave it playing all the time, and like I'll skip over the episodes that I didn't like, or like the most recent time that I watched it, I just skipped straight to Roy's college years. Okay, anyway, if you don't know Gilmore Girls, it's fine. I just thought it was a good read. It's fun, lighthearted, and if you like the show like I did, I think that you would really enjoy it. Number 9 is Be Kind to Yourself by Cindy Bunch. It's just a good reminder. Really helped me with my self-love journey, and I think sometimes we forget to love ourselves, and reading books like this and other self-help books is really just what started my mindset. And I don't think that I would have my YouTube channel, my candle business. I wouldn't be as much of a go-getter as I am now without reading all of the books, the self-help books that I am recommending and that I have read. Next is Eat Cake, Be Brave, Melissa Radke. When I tell you that I giggled and I had my mindset changed, I just like this book. My mom and I listened to it together while driving in the car, just everywhere. And she's so fun and motivating. She's motivated. Her stories are so good. And she is just a ball of light. I believe she has a reality show, not like in that way. It's like showing that not everyone's perfect, and even these reality TV stars are not perfect, and there are people who live normal lives like us. They just don't show it. I just feel like this book is so good. Oh gosh. Okay, for lack of better vocabulary, it's good. It's magnificent. That sounds more fantasy-esque, but you get what I mean. So that is 10 books you need to read in 2021. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you next Tuesday with the new video. And other than that, bye!